The economy of the United States stands as one of the most powerful, complex, and influential economic systems ever created. It is not merely a national framework for production and consumption, but a central engine of the global economy, shaping capital flows, trade dynamics, technological innovation, and geopolitical influence. Built on a foundation of capitalism, entrepreneurship, private property rights, and relatively strong institutions, the U.S. economy has evolved over centuries into a highly diversified, resilient, and adaptive system capable of navigating both domestic challenges and global shocks. At its core, the American economic model is rooted in free market principles, where supply and demand determine prices, allocate resources, and guide investment decisions. However, this system is far from a pure laissez-faire structure. Government institutions play a significant and ongoing role in regulating markets, enforcing contracts, protecting competition, stabilizing the financial system, and providing essential public goods such as infrastructure, education, healthcare programs, and national defense. This combination of market freedom and institutional oversight forms what is commonly described as a mixed economy, enabling both innovation and long-term stability. One of the defining features of the U.S. economy is its sheer scale. With one of the largest consumer markets in the world, American businesses benefit from strong domestic demand, which reduces reliance on exports compared to many other advanced economies. This internal demand acts as a stabilizing force during periods of global uncertainty. At the same time, the United States remains deeply integrated into the global economic system through trade, foreign direct investment, and financial markets, making it both influential and interconnected. The structure of the U.S. economy is highly diversified. The services sector dominates, contributing the majority of GDP and employment. Industries such as finance, healthcare, education, entertainment, tourism, and professional services play a central role in economic activity. This shift towards services reflects a broader trend seen in advanced economies, but it is particularly pronounced in the United States due to its technological advancement and high levels of income. The technology sector represents one of the most dynamic engines of growth. The United States has been a global leader in digital innovation, producing groundbreaking developments in software, hardware, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and data analytics. These innovations have transformed nearly every aspect of modern life, from communication and transportation to finance and healthcare. Technology companies not only generate economic growth, but also redefine industries, create new markets, and increase productivity across the entire economy. Equally important is the U.S. financial system, which serves as the backbone of both domestic and global economic activity. It includes a vast network of commercial banks, investment banks, stock exchanges, hedge funds, venture capital firms, and insurance companies. These institutions facilitate the efficient allocation of capital, allowing businesses to expand, governments to finance operations, and individuals to invest and build wealth. The depth, liquidity, and transparency of U.S. financial markets make them a global hub for investment. A critical pillar of this system is the role of the U.S. dollar as the world's primary reserve currency. This unique position provides the United States with significant economic advantages, including lower borrowing costs, greater financial flexibility, and the ability to influence global monetary conditions. International trade, especially in commodities like oil, is often conducted in dollars, and central banks worldwide hold large reserves of the currency. This creates continuous demand for the dollar and reinforces the country's financial dominance. Although the relative importance of manufacturing has declined over time, industrial production remains a vital component of the U.S. economy. The country continues to lead in high-value manufacturing sectors such as aerospace, defense, pharmaceuticals, and advanced machinery. There is also a growing political and economic emphasis on reshoring production and strengthening domestic supply chains to reduce reliance on foreign manufacturing and improve economic security. Agriculture, while representing a smaller share of GDP, plays a strategically important role. The United States is one of the world's largest producers and exporters of agricultural products. Advanced farming techniques, modern equipment, and efficient supply chains enable high productivity, allowing the country to supply both domestic consumers and global markets. Energy production is another critical sector. The United States has become one of the largest producers of oil and natural gas, significantly increasing its energy independence over the past decade. At the same time, the country is investing heavily in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. This transition reflects both environmental concerns and the economic opportunities associated with clean energy technologies. Consumer spending is a central driver of economic activity in the United States. Household consumption accounts for a significant portion of GDP, making consumer confidence a key indicator of economic health. When employment levels are high and wages are rising, consumer spending tends to increase, fueling growth. Conversely, during economic downturns, reduced spending can slow overall economic activity. The labor market in the United States is known for its flexibility and mobility. Workers can change jobs, industries, and locations relatively easily, allowing the economy to adapt to changing conditions. However, this flexibility also creates challenges, including job insecurity and unequal access to benefits such as healthcare and retirement savings. The rise of remote work and the gig economy has further reshaped employment patterns, offering new opportunities while also introducing new uncertainties. Education and human capital are essential to sustaining long-term economic growth. The United States is home to many of the world's leading universities and research institutions, which contribute to innovation and workforce development. Investment in education, skills training, and research is crucial for maintaining competitiveness in an increasingly knowledge-based global economy. Government policy continues to play a significant role in shaping economic outcomes. Fiscal policy, including taxation and government spending, influences economic growth, income distribution, and investment. Public spending on infrastructure, healthcare, and social programs can support long-term development and improve quality of life. At the same time, debates over taxation, public debt, and government intervention remain central to political discourse. Monetary policy is another key tool used to manage the economy. By adjusting interest rates and controlling the money supply, policymakers aim to balance economic growth with price stability. These decisions have wide-ranging effects on borrowing costs, investment, inflation, and employment. Despite its many strengths, the U.S. economy faces several structural challenges. Income and wealth inequality have increased over time, leading to disparities in opportunity and living standards. While some sectors and regions have experienced rapid growth, others have faced stagnation or decline. The growing national debt is another concern, raising questions about long-term fiscal sustainability. While borrowing can support economic activity in the short term, excessive debt may limit future policy options and increase vulnerability to economic shocks. Globalization has also produced mixed outcomes. While it has expanded markets and reduced costs, it has contributed to job losses in certain industries and regions. In response, there is increasing focus on strengthening domestic production and reducing reliance on global supply chains. Technological advancement continues to reshape the economy. Automation and artificial intelligence offer the potential for increased productivity and new industries, but they also pose risks to traditional employment. Adapting to these changes will require investment in education, retraining, and workforce development. Environmental sustainability is becoming an increasingly important factor in economic planning. Addressing climate change, managing natural resources, and transitioning to cleaner energy sources will require significant investment and innovation. Geopolitical factors also play a major role. Trade relations, international competition, and global conflicts influence economic performance and policy decisions. Maintaining economic leadership in a rapidly changing world remains a key challenge. In the long term, the success of the U.S. economy will depend on its ability to adapt while preserving its core strengths: innovation, entrepreneurship, institutional stability, and a large, dynamic market. Addressing structural issues such as inequality, debt, and workforce transformation will be essential for achieving sustainable and inclusive growth. Ultimately, the U.S. economy is not a static system, but a constantly evolving one. Its complexity reflects the interaction of markets, institutions, and human behavior, while its influence extends across the globe. As economic, technological, and geopolitical conditions continue to change, The United States will remain a central force shaping the future of the global economy.